Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make heads or tails of what these big companies are trying to tell us with their official filings. Today we're diving into Akebia Therapeutics and a recent update that hints at a shift in how they're handling their key drug Vafseo. Alright, so Akebia Therapeutics Inc. has put out what is called a Form 8. Think of this as a company's way of announcing really important stuff that isn't part of their regular quarterly or annual reports. It's like a special bulletin. The key date here for the event being reported is the 12th of November 2025. So what happened on that day that Akebia felt they needed to tell everyone right away? The big news is about a material definitive agreement, which basically means a serious important contract has been signed. Remember way back on May 24, 2023, Akebia made a deal with a company called Medis Arzneimittelprodukte GmbH and Company KG, or Medis for short. This deal was about Akebia giving Medis the exclusive rights to develop and sell Vafseo, a drug for anemia in people with chronic kidney disease in Europe and some other places. Now fast forward to the 12th of November 2025 and Akebia and Medis have signed an amendment, which is like a change or an addition to that original contract. This new amendment is pretty interesting because it changes how Vafseo will be made and who owns what. Under this new amendment, Akebia is going to supply the actual active ingredient or drug substance for Vafseo to Medis. This is a pretty big deal because it sounds like they are shifting from just licensing the rights to actually being a key supplier of the raw materials. On top of supplying the drug substance, Akebia is also giving Medis the green light to actually make the Vafseo pills or tablets themselves using that substance. This suggests a partnership where Akebia is handling the core drug production and Medis is managing the final manufacturing of the dosage form. But here is where it gets even more strategic for Akebia. Even though Medis will be making the tablets, any new knowledge or patent rights that come out of Medis' manufacturing process for these tablets will actually belong to Akebia. This is a smart move. It means that if Medis figures out a better way to make Vafseo tablets, Akebia not only benefits from the improved process but also holds onto the intellectual property. They are essentially positioning themselves to own the entire manufacturing ecosystem around Vafseo, even if the final assembly is done elsewhere. This report was signed off on the 17th of November 2025 by John P. Butler, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer of Akebia Therapeutics. This shows the company's top leadership is directly involved in these significant operational and contractual changes. So, what does this all mean for Akebia? This amendment seems to signal a move towards a more integrated manufacturing and supply chain strategy for Vafseo, especially in collaboration with Medis. Instead of just handing over a license, Akebia is now actively involved in supplying the drug substance and is set to benefit from any manufacturing innovations. This could lead to more control over the drug's quality, cost, and supply longevity. It looks like they are building a more robust foundation for Vafseo's production and potential growth in the European market and beyond. One of the main strengths here is Akebia retaining ownership of manufacturing-related intellectual property, which could be valuable for future expansion or licensing deals. A potential risk could be the reliance on Medis for the actual tablet manufacturing. A clear conclusion is that Akebia is strategically strengthening its position in the Vafseo value chain by securing its supply of the drug substance and intellectual property related to manufacturing. Alright, that is our breakdown of Akebia Therapeutics' latest filing. What is your take on these changes and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord. Thanks for watching. See you next time.